If you are preparing to become a first-time mom, I am right there with you. Becoming a first-time mom is one of the most exciting feelings in the world, but I also feel it's completely normal to feel a little bit of uncertainty and anxiety leading up to it. Our due date is in April, and there are so many thoughts, feelings, and emotions running through my head at all hours of the day. During this pregnancy, I've been really intentional about taking care of myself, not just physically, but emotionally. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing the thoughts and feelings I've been navigating in the hopes that it makes you feel less alone and also helps you feel supported and seen no matter where you are in your journey. Hey y'all, welcome back to Reel It In. I'm your host, Reid Cox, and this is your go-to destination for self-improvement and creating the life you've always desired, all while keeping it real. But before we get into it, if you are new to the channel, hi, I'm Reid. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you never miss a future episode, and send this episode to someone who's also maybe becoming a first-time mom. Now let's get into it. I am sitting in our baby's nursery. It's pretty bare right now. We are in the process of painting it, but we did get our very first piece of furniture in today. It is our nursery chair. We got it from Pottery Barn Kids. Can you see it? I'm like super obsessed with it. It's a recliner and a glider, so it's definitely gonna be super functional, but I love it. It's super comfy. We're painting the walls kind of like a neutral green. We're having a boy, but I didn't wanna do blue because I didn't want to feel the pressure to repaint if we had a girl next. So I wanted something really neutral, but also young and fun, so I'm really happy with how it's turning out. So today we're going to be talking about all the things we are navigating as soon-to-be moms and also how I'm navigating it. So I hope this is helpful. I am not a doctor and I have also never been a mom before, so I am just learning as we go. But I feel like it's important to talk about all the feelings we're feeling and where we're at this stage in life. It's really easy during this time to be asking all of our friends who are already moms for all the answers, but we're not going to each other and being like, how are you feeling? Like, what's going on with you? What changes is your body going through? But I've been really fascinated with this time in a woman's life. So I thought I'd make a video about it so we can all share it together. There is definitely a duality between excitement and uncertainty during this time. And I'm of the belief that these two things can be true at once. I have definitely had my fair share of anxiety this pregnancy, especially ever since we entered January. I kept telling myself this whole pregnancy, once we hit January, then I'll get everything together. Then I'll get the nursery together and get all the baby stuff and start the registry and prepare for the baby shower. I'll just wait till January to do all this stuff. And then it was January. It's January 20th when I'm filming this right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, today, on the day I'm filming this, is exactly 3 months from our due date. And the feeling that there's so much to get done and I am nowhere near prepared is very, very strong. So we're going to be talking a lot about how we're dealing with the anxiety of all the things that need to be done and how to prepare for not just birth, but motherhood in general. And I've also been grieving my old life a lot lately. I'm grieving my old life of what could have been, what I wanted to happen that didn't happen yet, and this feeling of like, oh, now I'm becoming a mom. Everything has to go on hold and I can't keep pursuing my dreams. It's a very real feeling that so many women feel, while at the same time creating space for the unknown and embracing the future. So again, another duality. I feel like this past week, it's been hard for me to accept that certain goals I had for myself in my 20s, I'm 34 now, in my 20s and early 30s, before I got married, quite frankly, that there are some goals that I have for myself that I haven't achieved yet, and kind of the grief I feel in that. Also, just like, I know it's normal for a lot of moms to feel this, but like the feeling of now that I'm pregnant and becoming a mom that I can't achieve these goals, it's a very real feeling, even though I know it's not true. And I just know I'm gonna become an even cooler person and more productive and more successful as I become a mom. But still, it's a very real feeling. And my husband and I, we were breaking down boxes in the garage yesterday, and I was opening up to him about how I've been feeling and how I'm kind of sad. Like, I really have no idea what my life is gonna look like as a mom, career-wise, or like in any aspect of my life, you know, there's so much unknown, and it's kind of grieving my old life. And he said something that really stuck with me that I thought I'd share. He was like, sweetie, there are so many people who have achieved the things that you have been trying to achieve that would look at your life and say, I want that. You know, like some of the richest, most successful, wealthiest people on the planet who have achieved all the things that I want to achieve, they would probably look at my life and all that I have and all that I'm creating and be like, I want her life, you know? So it really helps me put things into perspective. So if you're feeling these feelings too of like, you've missed out and you're a failure and it's all over, just remember, most people would kill for the life that you have now. And just because you're becoming a mom does not mean it's over. It doesn't mean the fun is over. It doesn't mean your career is over. Who knows, you might even create an entirely new career in motherhood. I kind of have this feeling that my career is about to take a turn as I enter motherhood. I just have this feeling that something about becoming a mom is going to give me information and make me become a certain type of person that I'll need to be for this next level of my career. So remember, your life is just beginning when you're becoming a mom. There are going to be so many things in motherhood that we're going to gain that are going to make us the next level, coolest version of ourselves. And I'm of the belief that even cooler opportunities are going to come in career-wise for me and for you. The next thing I want to talk about that has been really helping me navigate anxiety and uncertainty in becoming a first-time mom is accepting that I know nothing. And just acceptance in general. Accepting that there's only so much I can do to prepare to become a mom. I could buy all the strollers, all the diapers, take all the classes, read all the books, and there is still only so much I can do to prepare myself to become a mother. I mean, once we get our baby, it's gonna literally be such a shock. Like, you can prepare all you want, but I do recognize that becoming a mom is something you're never gonna know what it's like until you are a mother, until you give birth and become a mother. And I've always had so much reverence and respect for moms because it seems like the hardest, most challenging thing in the world, just like keeping this baby alive as well. And that is a skill I think you learn when your instincts kick in. Like, you give birth and next thing you know, you just know what to do because your instincts are kicking in, but you're not going to know what to do until your instincts kick in, you know? It's kind of like a catch-22. But accepting that, one, I know nothing. Two, there's only so much I can do to prepare. And three, trusting that I will know what to do and that the help will be provided and that I will be taken care of and that I will know how to take care of this baby. Becoming a mom is really something you can only learn by doing. So to act like we can prepare and have all these boxes checked and prepare as best we can, and there's only so much you can do, you know? I feel like there's so much pressure on us to have everything figured out before we have our baby, you know, to get everything on our registry checked off and to take all the classes and have the nursery be perfect. And the reality is, as long as you have a healthy mom and healthy baby and you are aware of the huge sacrifice it's gonna be, I think we'll be okay. Okay, the next thing I've been doing during my pregnancy that has been an absolute game changer is I have been taking care of my body and not letting myself go during pregnancy. And this is like a very loaded, controversial topic, I know, but I'm just gonna speak from my experience. So I did not work out at all during my first trimester. I felt so sick, so exhausted. It was like a hangover without the wine. Like it was so tough and very isolating. I did not force myself to work out at all during that time. And if you're feeling exhausted during your first trimester, I would recommend the same as well. Just relax. But around week 11, week 12 was when I started to get my energy back. And I was like, okay, I am going to take care of myself during this pregnancy as best as I can. I'm going to do movement that I enjoy. I'm not going to kill myself at the gym or do anything I don't enjoy doing, but I am going to take care of myself. So I have been doing Pilates pretty religiously, around I'd say 4 days a week, sometimes 5, but usually 4 days a week. I'll do Pilates on the reformer. I have been going to classes and doing that in person. I am not a huge class person, but during this pregnancy, I've been all about convenience and making everything as easy as possible. So I knew the best thing for me was just to show up to a class and have someone tell me what to do for 45 minutes and then leave and go about my day. So I've been doing Pilates 4 days a week. I haven't been walking as much as I thought I would, but it's also been really cold here. But point being, I have been working out. I have been stretching. I've been doing my nightly stretches every night because I have been also gaining weight. I have gained 30 pounds so far since I first found out I was pregnant. And what has allowed the weight gain to be not as hard for me is the fact that I'm working out. I feel strong. I've built muscle. I feel good in my body for the most part. I mean, yeah, I am getting big because I'm pregnant, but like all things considered, I think I could feel a lot worse if I wasn't working out, you know? If I wasn't working out and was just gaining all this weight, I don't think I would be in a very good headspace, especially because I had eating disorders in my early 20s, like in my past. Like, I just know I'm gonna feel my best if I'm working out and look kind of good. So I've been making that a priority. I've also, with food, this is my food philosophy while I've been pregnant. I am not restricting at all. I am allowing myself to eat all the things, but I don't binge and I don't go overboard. I've been on a McFlurry kick. I've had a McFlurry, I think 5 days out of the past week at night, and that's okay. I'm gonna keep allowing myself the McFlurry. But am I gonna like eat the McFlurry and then go to the fridge and get more? No. Like, I'm gonna have my portion and be good. You know what I mean? I really wanted my food and body image and working out to all be very healthy and balanced during this pregnancy. In the sense, when I say healthy, that could be taken the wrong way. I mean, I don't want to be thinking about it. I don't want to be obsessing over it. I don't want to be obsessing over my weight and how much I gained and how my body looks and what I'm eating. I mean, my face is bigger than it normally is. Like, it's just how it is. Like, I've gained 30 pounds because I've needed to, but I'm not going to obsess over it. And that has been a huge help for me because I know so many women who have gained a lot of weight during pregnancy, like we all do. It's just a given, but they're miserable the whole time about it. And it just makes me so sad. And one thing I've been doing is just thinking about, how do I want my postpartum experience to be? And what can I do now to lessen the load of my postpartum experience? One thing is, I don't want to be one of those moms that hits postpartum and all I'm thinking about is losing the weight and working out and getting back to my pre-baby body. That's not what I want. I want to be one of those moms that is enjoying all of her time with her kid and just trust that the weight will fall off. And I know my body, and I know for a fact that if I take care of myself now, that will most likely be the case. As women, so much of our mood and our self-worth and our happiness is dictated on how we look and how we feel in our bodies. It just is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that you should feel good about yourself even if you don't feel good in your body, because you should, but it's so hard to do, you know? So for me, it's just been prioritizing working out regularly. I'm going to Pilates later this afternoon, going for walks when I can, eating what I want, when I want, but not going crazy and not binge eating and not having weird food thoughts. Like, if I was really craving brownies, so I made brownies and I had a really nice large brownie, but then I found myself continuing to go back to the pan and chip away at it and chip away at it and like letting those brownies live rent free in my head, I would not do that. I would put an end to that, because that's the kind of thing I'm talking about that's unhealthy, that we don't want to be falling into. We don't want to have the food noise during our pregnancy. So for me, I've been able to do it pretty well. I've been done with like eating disorder stuff for a while now. So I've been able to do pretty well at allowing myself to have the brownie and not feeling guilty about it and just moving on, you know? Okay, next thing I've been doing is preparing myself for birth. Again, we've been talking about how there's only so much you can do to prepare, but I have been preparing for actual birth we're talking about. So my husband and I, we've gotten clear on our birth plan. We have our doula, who we love and we're very excited to work with. And I've been reading this book called Ina May's Guide to Childbirth. I would definitely recommend that. I'll link it in the description. I'll also link the chair in the description. But this book, Ina May's Guide to Childbirth, it's really helpful. It's been really helpful for helping me get a clear picture of what the birth experience I would like to have will be. So that's a good book. I've also signed up, it's kind of a gnarly class. I've signed up for a 6-week class, which is 3 hours every Thursday night. It's a big time commitment, but the class is called Mindful Birth, and it's taught by a well-known doula in our city. So I'm excited to do that. So not only am I going to be meeting other soon-to-be moms and building community, but I'm also going to be strengthening my trust muscle in myself and my body to do what it's naturally made to do. I'm doing my stretches every night. I'm doing all the things I can do that are within my power to prepare myself for giving birth. I do believe that knowledge is power. And if I were to go just blindly into giving birth and just trust the doctors and everything, that's just not my style. It's not my way of doing things. I like to be fully prepared so that if things don't go according to plan, I will be okay and I will know what's going on. I think it's important to have a birth plan, but every person I've spoken to, every nurse I've spoken to has been like, have a plan, but also be okay with deviating from the plan because lots of things happen and you never know what's going to happen really with birth. But one thing I will say is by doing these classes and reading these books and listening to these podcasts, I have been able to lessen my anxiety about the birth process because I feel like knowledge is power and I feel way more knowledgeable than I did from the onset. Even if you sign up for a class that's not a long class, even if it's just like a one-time 2-hour thing, you can find, most hospitals offer free classes. So you can find like a one-day thing, bring your partner if you can, or just go by yourself. I'm doing a one-day pelvic floor workshop this Saturday. So the idea is the more knowledge we fill ourselves with, the more prepared we feel, the less anxiety we feel, and we can feel more peaceful and ready for the unknowns of birth. Okay, next thing I'm doing to prepare to becoming a first-time mom is organizing my house as much as possible. So we moved across the country, but we also moved into our new house. We moved across the country in April and moved into our house in June of this past year, and our house is still nowhere near together. And it's been very anxiety producing. So one thing I'm doing, I decided this a few weeks ago, is instead of like looking at the rooms with all the clutter and feeling really overwhelmed and not doing anything about them, instead I'm doing what is called house fun. And it's every weekday, I'm giving myself an hour minimum to do house fun, which is when I throw in a podcast or turn on some music and I tackle a project with the house, whether that's vacuuming or decluttering drawers or putting things away or ordering furniture for the house. I am doing things to make my house look and feel good. And I am doing this because I don't want to get down to the last minute where we're like a month out from having our baby and all of a sudden look around and feel so overwhelmed by how our house does not look good. I'm the kind of person, I do not like clutter. I like everything to look really nice. And the reality is I've been dropping the ball on getting our house together. I feel like it's because so many things happen at once. We moved across the country. We bought our house. We had to like furnish the whole house. And then we had like 2 wedding parties. My husband started a new job. I got pregnant. Like so many things were happening, which made getting the house together kind of just like put it on the back burner. Really just no longer procrastinating on the things that I know need to get done to make the house look good. So we're doing house fun later today. The next thing I'm doing to set myself up for success postpartum is I am batch creating. So I have my YouTube channel. I have my blog on Substack. I'm posting on TikTok. My goal is to post on TikTok every day this year. But I know that postpartum, I'm going to want to spend time with my baby and I don't want to feel the anxiety. I know myself. Again, it's all about knowing yourself. If you know you're going to feel anxiety about something postpartum, try to set yourself up for success now. So I know I will probably feel anxiety about dropping the ball with my content creation. So what I'm going to do is I am batch creating everything enough for 6 weeks postpartum. So I am going to be making 6 extra YouTube videos, writing 6 extra blogs. I'm going to be making a ton of TikToks. TikToks might slow down, but basically making enough content creation and scheduling it out so that it's automatically going out every week while I am on maternity leave and with spending time with my baby. And that is bringing me so much peace knowing I'm setting myself up for success. Working on my baby registry. The baby registry has honestly been pretty anxiety producing, but I feel like I've got a hang of it. I feel like it's almost done. So working on your baby registry, just do whatever you need to do now to set yourself up for success postpartum. Okay, next, dealing with anxiety. There's only so much we can do. One book that I'm reading, which I'll link below, is called Consider the Lilies. It's all about dealing with anxiety from kind of a Christian perspective, but it can be applied to anyone, even if you're not Christian. But the biggest thing that helps me when I'm having anxiety is to take contrary action. So if I'm having anxiety about the house not being together, I don't think about it. I don't dwell on it. I just organize a room. I just do an action that is getting the house together. If I have anxiety about giving birth, I take contrary action. I listen to my book on giving birth. Whenever you feel anxiety, you need to surrender control, but then do something that makes you feel like you're a little bit more in control of your life, like taking contrary action to the thing that you're worried about happening so that the odds of it happening are way less likely. Next thing I'm doing is I'm prioritizing quality time with my partner. It's about to be the three of us. It's never going to be the two of us again. So my husband and I, we've been prioritizing spending lots of quality time together, date nights, just really enjoying this last little bit of time before we welcome our new addition into the world. When you're preparing for a baby, it's really easy just to when you're pregnant, it's really easy to walk around in sweatpants and never actually look presentable. But to actually make the effort to do these date nights and be intentional about spending time together, it's really made my anxiety a lot less. It's made me feel more relaxed, and it's brought us closer together. And it's made us feel like more of a team going into this time. Next thing you're gonna do is let go of the pressure to be a perfect mom. One, there's no such thing as a perfect mom. You're gonna make mistakes. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You need to trust that you're gonna learn as you go. And yourself, after you give birth, is someone that you're going to be meeting. Like, you can't plan on the type of person you're gonna be postpartum. And you don't know what kind of mom you're gonna be. A lot of it's gonna be you meeting yourself in the moment. Just trust that everything is going to work out. You are going to be a great mom. And yeah, you're going to make mistakes, but you're going to learn from them, and it's all going to be okay. Don't put this bar of perfection, this imaginary bar of perfection over your head that's just going to stress you out even more. So those are the things that I've been thinking about a lot during my pregnancy. I think I'm going to do these videos a lot more leading up to giving birth, and maybe share what I've learned during my classes with the doula and all this stuff like that. But I hope this video was really helpful for you. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on anything that I've talked about today. I'm really excited to connect with a lot of new moms on here. I've been making a lot more pregnancy and becoming a new mom content. So I've been really excited about making those videos. I also have a bunch of videos about a bunch of other stuff that isn't pregnancy. So check out all of those as well. Thank y'all so much for joining me, and I'll see y'all next time.